Okay, what are we doing here today? So I'm Oliver Yonchev. I'm one of the co-founders of Co-Created. We're doing something a little different at MadFest. We're hosting some live pitch competitions with the wonderful people on the front row. The pitch is for a $100,000 investment package. I said dollar, pound? And the idea is to take a seedling of an idea or an early stage business and set it on its way, turn it into a company. And we wanted to create a bit of jeopardy for today, so we decided we were going to do this all within 48 hours, from idea to business. And I know you'll be thinking, you can't turn an idea into a business. You're crazy. Well, we believe you can, and it's what we actually do. So by introduction, Co-Created, put simply, we co-found new companies with brilliant people. And I want to give you a little bit of context of our motivations. I think there is no better time in history to start a business. There is a lot of uncertainty in the world. There's a lot of fear around job losses, how technology, how AI may replace us. I think now is a better time than ever. And I'll explain why. Historically, if you wanted to start a business, you needed lots of resources. You needed a lot of people behind you. You needed everything going in your favor. Today, AI is a wonderful leveler, and we are entering an era, and I'll explain why. For the last several decades, most economic value was created by left brains. These are people that are very analytical. These are people that are bankers. These are people that spoke a language that very few. They are known as the people. They are the people that shape culture, that make people laugh, but they're not necessarily running a business. Well, when computers speak in natural language, that changes. I believe right brains and creatives have all the advantages today. And at best, marketeers think we can build an agency or we can go freelance. And again, because of all the technological innovation, I believe that not to be the case. And we have a very romantic vision of Co-Created, and we want to. How do we do it? So I want to give you just a few points on what Co-Created do. We work directly with founders. We give access to our network, time. We do all the boring stuff, business administration. Since we started, we launched 7 new companies in 7 months. Around £1 million of investment has gone into our businesses. And to creative, to content, to digital experience, all the way through to agents, business administration platforms, and every single business shares our ambition. And in the next 48 hours, with someone here today, we'll be creating one more. So I'm very, very excited. Okay, rules today. 8 to 10 people will get on stage and pitch. 3 people will be selected to join us in workshopping today, developing the idea, image. The criteria that our wonderful judges that will introduce themselves are looking for are, firstly, we look at founder, and we judge them on their merits. Secondly, we look at the idea. Thirdly, we look at domain expertise. How well is that founder placed to execute that idea? And finally, we look at the opportunity and demand. 2 will go head-to-head. 1 will be eliminated in the morning. We'll continue to develop the idea, build a website, do content, and at the end of tomorrow, we will start a new business with someone here. So I am very, very excited. And if anyone here in the room is brave enough to step up and wants to get on stage and pitch their idea, you are more than welcome. Okay, to kick this thing off, I would like to introduce the judges. Over to you, Lara, on the left, if you want to give us a brief introduction.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lara. I'm an entrepreneur, creator, and LinkedIn influencer. I have 270,000 followers on there, and I'm also an investor, and I'm so excited to be here.
Hi, everyone. My name is James. This is my first MadFest. Coming from a financial services background, you can probably understand why. Financial services, started two of my own businesses. Both of them were acquired, and one of the co-founders of cocreatd. So great to be here today.
This is also my first MadFest. It's quite cool. Really happy to be here. My name is McVal Osborne. I'm the co-founder of Crest Labs. We build human and AI-powered tools for community growth. And yeah, I am a former chief data officer at Flight Story, and was head of data and insights at Social Chain.
Wonderful. Okay, without further ado, Rebecca, come on up.
No pressure. In 2018, I heard Rory Sutherland say that procurement is killing creativity. Feeling really attacked, I emailed him. We met and had a conversation that planted the seed for this platform. I'm Rebecca Bellairs. I've led £1.5 billion in ad investment for brands like Deliveroo, Asda, and Save the Children. I've led agency pitches from 100 grand to $250 million, and at every scale, the same issues show up. Long timelines, unclear briefs, and burnout across the board. Sourcing tools weren't built for marketers or for creativity, yet over 3 in 4 brands will pitch ad services in the next year, many paying large for outside help. That's $8 billion and rising in procurement tech with no category leader for marketing. Enter Pitch Sorcery, a guided platform to scope, brief, score, and select agencies. Fast, transparent, intuitive, cutting pitch timelines by up to 40%. And we go further with Briefcraft AI. It drafts briefs, analyzes submissions, and summarizes feedback. It's like giving every pitch a project manager, a strategist, and a memory. This is more than just a tool. We're building infrastructure because marketing partnerships deserve better foundations. We're ready to rebuild trust, reclaim time, and rethink pitching. Thank you.
Wonderful. Rebecca, we're going to ask one question from the judges, a follow-up. Okay.
Of all the things you could be working on, Rebecca, why this?
I'm just so passionate about making sure that the industry is able to produce fantastic creative, and I feel that business process can limit the actual output that we strive to achieve, even when we're investing billions and even trillions in the ad space. So the quality of great marketing is ultimately what's going to result in sales across the world.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rebecca. Much appreciated. Next up, Alexander.
There is something that all of us in this room do, as well as millions of people at home, and that is shop online for clothes. Every single day, we experience multiple touch points across different online sites and social media platforms. But what do we do with these touch points? We like, we share, we open up a load of tabs, and we screenshot items. And this is because we don't have one central space to be able to save, compare, and purchase when we're ready. This is the core of the problem that we're trying to solve, whilst also improving online personalization and SME awareness. The cart is your own personalized shopping app, acting as a universal shopping cart, allowing you to save items from wherever you see them online. From here, our AI will scan everything you're interested in, combined with your unique style preferences to build a curated explore page just for you. On top of this, tapping into a network of UK-based fashion brands, we will be able to provide highly targeted suggestions with unique discount codes. This is because 70% of online shoppers want more personalization when shopping online, whilst 80% are willing to pay a premium when it comes in the form of an independent brand. My name's Alex Cavaliers, and I want to build this business because I've experienced both problems. Firstly, as a user, I'm done scrolling through my screenshots and having multiple tabs open for days whilst I make that purchase decision. And as a marketer who's worked for 3 UK-based fashion brands, I understand the struggles and the frustrations that come with targeting a warm audience effectively. So I want to combine both of these problems into one simple solution. And it's called the cart.
Amazing. Thank you. Question, Dizzes?
It's a really cool idea. Who do you see as your ideal customer profile?
Ideal customer profile, I mean, there's two answers. There's anyone who shops online, because having done lots of market research, there's everybody from my mum all the way through to Gen Z, and we know how many touch points they have across the numerous different social platforms, whether it be a TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram. Ultimately, people shop in many different ways on many different platforms, so we don't want that to be in silo. We want to bring everything into one central space. So yeah, I'd say wide answer, everyone, but also people who shop uniquely on each individual platform.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Oh, you mentioned Gen Z there. How are you planning to market to them?
Sorry, I didn't get
How
that.
are you planning to market to Gen Z?
How are we planning to market to Gen Z?
Yeah, your app.
Mainly through TikTok. I have a background 5 years at a social agency, so do a lot of work with them in terms of how we're going to broach the TikTok space of all spaces through different founder stories, but also working with those SME fashion brands to bring their audiences on our journey with us as we champion those brands.
Thank you. Next up, we have Vivian.
So nervous. Okay. Hello, everybody. So, are we starting? Okay. So, I'm Viv, and I'm the founder of Project Cheerleader, a community-driven, value-centered platform that understands one key problem. People are feeling lonely online. Social media is noisy, overstimulating, and performative. So, I've created something different. Cheerleader is a place where you can come as you are. To even access the platform, you got to take a quiz that maps your values, your goals, and any challenges you're facing. This data places you in a micro community called a cheerleader squad. That's where you find your people and even work on challenges together. Now, our platform is decentralized, so you can say the community isn't owned, it's co-created, and here's what will take it to the next level. So, brand partnerships. Now, our community only aligns with brands that match their values. With their consent, we gather first-party insights on what truly matters to them. We can use this to connect them with the people, organizations, and brands that can really change their life. And next, we're growing in 10 different countries. So with your right support, we can improve our reach, refine our data control, and of course, improve our tech offering. But anywhere we grow has to be aligned with why we exist in the first place. People are craving community and connection. Loneliness and isolation is in every corner of the world, so we plan to be there too, because everyone deserves a cheerleader in their lives. Thank you.
Well done, Vivian.
Vivian, I thought that was a great pitch, so well done. Two questions. Number one is, how long have you been working on it? What's the progress to date? And then the second one is, you mentioned brand partnerships, but are there any other revenue streams, or is it solely brand partnerships?
Okay, so first question, how long have I been working on this? Sitting on the ideas for 2 years. 2 weeks and about 3 days ago, our first version of the platform launched. So that's the second MVP. It started as a WhatsApp community, then worked to our own community platform. And then other revenue streams. So connection also goes beyond online. We have some in-person experiences. And last weekend, we had our first event. So that's another revenue stream. And we do products like conversation cards. Is that it? Yeah.
Thank you, well done. Next up, we have Vijendra.
Imagine you're a 20-year-old living in London and spend around £500 a month in shopping. The rent is really expensive and saving is hard. With Fit a Circle, you can passively invest cashback that you've already spent without even lifting a finger. And in time, this could be worth an extra £400 in a year or an extra £100,000 in 30 years. Nope, you don't have to wait that long. This is your money, and you can take it out whenever you want, tax-free. Fit a Circle is an app that enables anyone to get cash back from groceries, restaurants, cafes, and many more, and invest it directly into their lifetime ISA or stocks and shares ISA. It is completely free, as we make money on every sale that happens from the vendor. My name is Vijay. I'm the founder and CEO of Fit a Circle. During my time at Groupon and Unidays, I loved how we helped people save money. And with my tech co-founder Zara on board, who's built platforms for the Royal Bank of Scotland and the UK government, we are taking cashback to the next level by helping people passively invest it and create future wealth. Thank you.
Well done.
Congrats, that was a great pitch. Again, commercial model. Talk to us about that.
So the initial commercial model for the MVP, we're thinking of taking a commission for every sale that happens. But as the model increases, there's a lot of other opportunities, like having challenges for Gen Zs that brands can sponsor, so there could be sponsorships within the app. And also, we could look at partnerships within the fintech space where we send the money, because that'll be collectively quite a significant amount of money, and we could have some kind of commercial. But in short, the initial MVP is just commission, so affiliate-based model. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom Sargent, founder of Marketing with Tom, and today I'm going to be talking a bit about an idea I've had for a while called PodChat. It's the fastest way, we believe, for you to build a personal brand online these days. We're all aware of how many podcasts are out there and the rise of podcasts over the last 10 years or so, but we've seen a change over the last sort of 3 years where more and more hosts and guests want to match up so they can grow their personal brand. It's becoming less and less about the podcast itself, and more about all of the indirect social clips that are made off of the back of it. So PodChat is somewhere between Omegle or Chat Roulette and a live streaming service where guests in a certain area and expertise are matched up with podcast host in that same area. An AI-generated prompt is given to you for something to talk about. You talk, you let the magic happen, you let the conversation flow, and then you walk away with pre-made, AI-edited, socially ready-to-share clips. So anyone can be on a podcast, share their expertise, share their knowledge, and grow their personal brand. Our revenue model is a simple SaaS business model where we have different paid tiers depending on the quality of output and the amount of clips that you want to generate. There's nothing else quite like this. It's real-time, AI-powered, it's brand building on autopilot. With your help, we can go from the first prototype that we have to a fully functional MVP and get it out to the world. Yeah.
Amazing. Well done.
That was definitely less than 90 seconds. Hi.
Hey, really great pitch, really cool idea. How do you market a double-sided marketplace like that in your mind?
So primarily, we want to hit the two. Yeah, it's primarily we want to hit the two audiences. So we have people that want to build brands. So we're currently building out an affiliate program where brand ambassadors and people with a lot of followers online can start to bring on more people to the platform. We also, on the other side, are marketing, working with hosts streaming platforms like StreamYard and things like that, where a lot of podcast hosts are already using their tools to create this alternative tool for them to reach out to a new audience. Yeah.
Really quick follow-up. Is this a replacement to something like Riverside in terms of the quality of the recording, and do you manage that?
It's a much more social side to apps like Riverside and StreamYard. So I don't know if it would necessarily be a replacement, because a lot of big funded podcasts like Diary of a CEO, etc., have a very well built out structure and infrastructure of how to do it. We don't necessarily want to compete with that. It would be much better if we could partner with those, and where you can push high quality clips from other sources than our platform, so from Riverside or StreamYard, into our system, and it can create the social clips as quickly as possible. So you'll be able to do both effectively.
Thanks.
Hi, Tom. I absolutely love your idea. It sounds amazing. I have a question. What is the current issue that you're struggling with the most since you launched this?
At the moment, it's just scaling up the infrastructure. Streaming video and audio across the world in high resolution, good enough to create good social clips, is expensive to do. So at the moment, it's just about scaling up the infrastructure that we're currently using and making it more applicable to other people around the world.
Amazing.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you, Tom. Next up, Nero.
39% of marketers say their biggest frustration with influencer marketing is a lack of creative control. And rising costs of content production is making the matters worse. My name is Nero, and I'm the founder of Human Life. Recently, I was named in the finalist for the Great British Entrepreneurs Award in the AI category. What I'm building with Human Life is a content library for influencers, where brands and agencies can license repurposed content from Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, essentially allowing the brands to license this content and use it at their will. So instead of paying for new shoots every time, you can license this legacy content and actually customize it. So as the creative, you can put in your own logo, you can put in your own object, you can remove products, and you can update the messaging, all without chasing the creator for revisions or for new briefs. This gives marketing and creative teams full control over the final output. It cuts production costs by up to 60% and radically shortens campaign timelines. So imagine licensing an influencer's reel from 2 years ago, where you can turn it into a brand new on-brand ad within days instead of months. We're already testing this with Porsche and a number of other brands. And yeah, we believe this is the future of creator marketing. It's efficient, it's scalable, and most importantly, you take back creative control of the content. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nero, congrats. It sounds like things are going well, testing with Porsche. What's your unique insight into this problem? Why are you focusing on this?
So I've worked in advertising for 10 years, and a number of influencers I work with personally, and on the brand side, I've worked as a filmmaker. I realized when I worked with production agencies, the cost of producing the content is just so high, and when you produce this content, you just don't really know what you're going to get back. So when you work on the marketing side or the agency side, you put in so much effort, time, and you wait for the product to come back to you. Whereas with this tool that we're building, you can actually control the output by licensing this yourself and letting your team do the creative work. Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations. Next up, Ruari.
Digital advertising is broken. Up to £7 of every £10 spent simply disappears, gone to a fragmented and bloated supply chain that benefits nobody but itself. We are AdScope, co-founded by two former Googlers who saw this problem from the inside. Right now, advertisers are burning through cash without clear returns, publishers are seeing a massive decline in yield, and agencies are drowning in fragmented data. Think of it this way. You're dropping off your luggage at Heathrow Airport, and you're just praying that it turns up to Sydney in one piece. You don't know where it's going, what's been lost along the way. What we do know is it's very chaotic and extremely costly. AdScope brings order back to the journey. We're partnering with the world's most premium publishers to drive smarter campaigns and pairing them with the right brands in the right moment. We're empowering agencies and advertisers to ensure they run cleaner and smarter media that resonates with real people. We are the private jet of digital advertising. Every campaign chartered, secured, and hand-delivered to its final destination. No detours, always on time, and no lost luggage. We're building the future digital infrastructure for a new era, where every impression is valued, every connection is intentional, and everyone is a winner.
Amazing.
Really cool idea. Can you talk about your background and why you came up with this idea?
Yeah, so I worked at Google for 3 years, where I led programmatic for advanced video solutions. And I recently poached my ex-Google engineer that I used to work closely with. So me and him together are a formidable force. I'm able to go out, pitch to new clients, the likes of Paramount we just onboarded, and then he helps me build out a lot of my crazy inventions and crazy ideas. Like we've got an AI tool that helps agencies build out audiences in real time, and then we constantly iterate from there.
Would you say most of your revenue is going to be coming from agencies or individual brands?
It's a blend, actually. Currently, it's a lot of mid-market agencies who are very agile, and then we've just signed with Dentsu to help them build out their curation house. So it's a mix, and then I work with the likes of Diageo, Procter & Gamble, and yeah, we help with the most efficient way of delivering advertising to the correct consumers.
I was going to ask about traction, but you kind of covered that just there. Things are going well.
Things are going good, yeah. So we mainly are in the gaming space, so we've got some large gaming studios who work with us exclusively. And then basically what we're doing is building out a mini marketplace within the overall digital infrastructure that's already there. So I've just been onboarded with Google as the first tester for curation in the UK as well. So yeah, we've got quite a lot of traction, a lot of momentum on our side, which is good. Thank you.
Okay, so who's brave? Who wants to step up and... Oh. Oh, we have 3 brave. Right, come on up. Firstly, introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Ilias, and I'm here. I'm a scientist and perfumer, and I'm here today with my co-founder Nathan, who is a creative entrepreneur and producer. In this AI-ridden world, we actually created Musketeers. We restore the human touch for brands through the power of scent, and this is what I'm here to talk to you about today. So imagine this, you've just gone onto the apps, you've just landed a perfect date, and they're coming over to your house for dinner. You've set the scene, you've got the music playing, amazing food served, you're wearing your nice clothes, but your house smells like a wet dog and dirty laundry. So what do you think your date is going to remember? That is the power of scent. It can imprint on our brain like no other human sense. It can affect our emotions. We can help with recall. And for brands, time spent and increased sales. This is what we do with Musketeers. There's a huge market for it, and we've got 3 core pillars where we give almost full control to the brands that work with us by creating bespoke fragrances for them, tailored to their needs. Delivering the application systems like scent diffusion systems, and also all the way right to the end, supplying them with monthly refills. This is the power of scent, and where brands mostly spend their money on vision and sight and sound, we feel that scent is really an underexplored and underdiscovered area, and it truly is the next frontier as one of the best branding tools there is. We're Musketeers, and we design the invisible. Thank you. Any questions?
Fascinating. How do you work with clients? What's the business model?
So we have basically a roster of independent perfumers at the back, who are all expertise. I work as a perfumer myself, so I've created fragrances for startups all the way to 6- and 7-figure guys and brands. So we have a library of scents where people can come and actually pick one of the fragrances ready to go. But we also have a more premium offering where we create the fragrance from scratch, like for brands or anyone with pretty much physical presence. Our business model is very lean and simple, so we then supply the diffusion systems, so the scent diffusers effectively, and we install them in their physical spaces, and then we also do the refills, so we put them on subscription.
Do you have a B2B and a B2C offering? So you mentioned that kind of example.
Yeah, so at the moment it's B2B, but we are looking into the space of creating B2C as well, because there's a lot of potential there. The global market for scent marketing is booming at the moment, so it's the right we felt it's the right time to hop on, really. So yeah.
Quickly talk to me about how you think about pairing brands with scents.
Yes, this is amazing. So good question. So basically, we dive into the DNA of the brand and we translate it to fragrance, to scent. We ask them, we interview them, and basically, we're trying to understand what they stand for and how they want to make their customers or guests feel. And that is how we make their brands unforgettable through the power of scent.
Really cool idea.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Love that. We have time for one more, and I saw 2 hands. We might have one. We'll do one more.
Hi everyone, my name is Hugo Brooks and I am the founder of a media channel for wine lovers called the Premier Crew. And I'm on a mission to expand the business, to build a suite of marketing technology solutions for fine wine merchants to help them to personalize their marketing communications and to boost sales. So why is now the right time to launch this business? Well, simply put, the wine industry is under pressure and consumers are drinking less, becoming more selective when they do. And simply put, it's unacceptable for wine merchants in this environment to have poor communications with their customers. However, most merchants are still pushing products that they want or need to sell and not truly understanding what their customers want. And so they need to make a shift from product-led marketing to customer-led marketing, and I want to provide them with the tools and technologies they need to make that shift. And excitingly, I've identified the first use case which I'll sell, which is in event marketing. And simply put, wine tastings are still a key sales driver for wine merchants, yet most of them don't collect customer data at the event, which means that their post-event marketing is both impersonal and ineffective. My solution? I want to create a simple product which enables wine merchants to collect customer data at the event and use that to trigger personalized email marketing campaigns that not only drive sales, but boost customer loyalty. Why am I the person to pull this off? Well, simply put, from founding the Premier Crew, I've got a strong understanding of how wine merchants currently market their products, and what's more, from the network that I've built doing the Premier Crew, I've got immediate distribution that I can pretty much guarantee for the products that we build. So I would like to invite you all to join me in changing how wine merchants market their products to consumers in the future.
That was very refined. Awesome. Awesome. We've got one more that we've got to squeeze in, but thank you. Congratulations.
Hi, my name's Charlie, and I'm the founder of House of Nige. I want you to imagine it's a Saturday night in September. It's about 7 o'clock. You step off the DLR in Deptford, and you start walking down this high street. As you just go past the railway tunnel, you see a chalkboard with the words House Party written on it with an arrow pointing to the left. That's house as in H-A-U-S. As you follow it through, you sort of go down this alleyway, and it's kind of like, graffiti and a sort of wide fence on the side, and you're kind of questioning, are you even in the right place? And you see across, and there's some railway arches, and there's a doorman waiting by one of those rail arches. And you go up to him, and he invites you across. He puts a red slash across your phone, sort of big across there. And there's a sign on the wall that basically says, what happens in the house stays in the house. So you step in, and at about 8 o'clock, the doors close behind you, and the sound of the Chemical Brothers remix of I Think I'm in Love by Spiritualized starts to play out. The room goes pitch black, and the song builds, and just at the point when the beat drops, a load of handheld torches shine a light onto a papier-mâché disco ball. And you realize this is your home, this is where you want to be. You turn, you see Norman Cook is in the DJ booth. This is like a tiny 150 capacity venue. And you just can't believe it. No one's told you he's there. And you turn to the person next to you, the stranger, and you just embrace because you suddenly feel like you are genuinely in your home. And Norman Cook's, he's sort of the biggest name, but he's the platform supporting up-and-coming artists. So he's effectively given them a platform for the next DJs who are on behind him to kind of become successful. And so there's no TikTok, there's no Instagram. Everything that happens in that room is there for the people in the room. But the sets get recorded, and they get put out on Substack, on LinkedIn, on on sort of various different platforms on YouTube. Now start to imagine that's just the first night. Now imagine there's another night, a month later, it's, I don't know, Charlie XCX is the headliner. Now imagine that starts to happen in Manchester, in Bristol, in Glasgow. This network of independent tiny venues start to come together to create a sort of a collective power to take on the bigger venues. Now start to imagine that turns the revenue from the equipment that we leave in each venue starts to capture the grassroots the music that's happening in grassroots venues around the country. The point is, we're seeing the death of culture. Algorithm is basically filtering all the power and attention to the top. And it's about time we started to create a movement which actually starts to challenge that. And that's the whole point of House of Nige, is to basically capture grassroots music and support it through a not-for-profit model, a bit like Channel 4.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. The judges are going to deliberate just for 1 minute, and then they're going to announce their top selects and why. So guys, if you want to just take a minute, have a discussion. I want to say a massive congratulations to everyone, because that is not easy. Distilling down an idea, a business model into a few seconds is challenging at the best of times. Standing up, communicating on a stage is brave, so congratulations to you all. Thank you. Wonderful. James, would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, I think Laura's going to go first, actually.
Laura,
so over to Laura first.
Laura.
Okay, so Tom Sargent, I absolutely love your product. I'm in B2B, LinkedIn. Podcasting has nearly almost built my career. My clients all want to get on podcasts, and I think it is such a smart idea.
Congratulations.
Cool. Amazing. So Rebecca, Pitch Sorcery, that was the other one that we chose. It solves a massive problem for people on both sides of that market, and I think it's a really well-presented idea. So, yeah.
Congratulations, Rebecca. Well done.
And then finally, Ilias, we all kind of sat there just now and thought it was a really, really interesting idea, and we'd love to explore it further. So thank you for showing up today as well.
Well done, everyone. Over the next 2 days, we will be working with those 3 wonderful founders to build out the business. And tomorrow, we'll be hosting a final. So we're very excited. So congratulations, and thank you to everyone who applied. Thank you to everyone who got involved. It means a lot. And we're going to be at the House of Innovation, if anyone is interested, seeing what we're doing. We've got a hologram. We've got a load of cool stuff. And we are going to be in build mode. We've got a lot to do in the next 2 days. Thank you, everyone.